parent and also a teacher in the district. I started teaching here at Peter Hobart 5 years ago, and I was really floored by the racial equity work that was being done in our district. But I also felt as a parent and as a mom, there was a missing link between what we're doing in schools and the rest of the community. And so Megan and I thought of this idea that we wanted to start a class where race was always going to be on the table and we could have some difficult and meaningful conversations with our family members here at Peter Hobart.
The idea for Hope Speaks came from a very personal place. I am a white female, married to a white male, and we have 3 white children. And as I've been on my racial equity journey, I realized the importance of making this work not only professional but personal. And as I started down that path with my 3 white children, I realized how difficult it was for me to engage my kids in conversations about race and racism. And so I reached out and came together with Kristen Peel and decided, if it's not already out there, why don't we create this?
The name of the program was inspired by a quote by Harvey Milk that says, "Hope will never be silent." And as an Asian female, I have really learned to find my voice and understand the fact that if we don't talk about things, these issues will continue, and issues of racism will never be solved in this country.
I think Hope Speaks is such an important thing for our community. It gives us an opportunity to talk about race, which older generations just really tried to put it under a rug. And this class has really given me an opportunity to think about how race affects our everyday life.
One of the most life-changing things of Hope Speaks was hearing the racial autobiographies from people. They were very eye-opening because it just gives a perspective that I didn't have before and opened my eyes to things that I never encountered in my life. So attending Hope Speaks gave me so much more perspective. It allowed me to dive deeper into conversations with people about topics that are difficult to stumble through. One of the neatest things about Hope Speaks was doing it with my daughter. She was 8 at the time, and I was really amazed at the conversations that she could have surrounding race. Sometimes I think as adults we don't want to start conversations or bring up topics that can be messy or hard. We don't want to say things wrong. We don't want to stumble over our words. But Hope Speaks gives us that safe space to have conversations so we can grow, we can become more confident in talking about these really, really important issues.
I'm just really grateful for Hope Speaks because it was an opportunity for my daughter and I. We participated in the spring in the first cohort, and it was an incredible experience meeting other people, people that we don't necessarily interact with in and out of school every day or in our neighborhood every day, but yet are community members with a shared passion towards working deeper into and getting to know different ways to talk about race, and how do we comfortably talk about race with people we know well or people we don't know well, and how do we do that at home and in our community in a space where sometimes it's not super comfortable. It starts with all of us individually, and I think it starts within our own homes, and then within our daily interactions. So I think it was really helpful to have tools as well as some starting points, not only for all of us as adults, but to help our kids and the kids that were a part of Hope Speaks, but also kids that we'll see and interact with on a regular basis in our community.
I think for me, as the principal at Peter Hobart, the beautiful thing that I have found entering into this building is that students and staff and families are seen and valued. And what Hope Speaks has done is that it has allowed a space that has certainly been part of the work that we have done with our families to continue and grow. So our teachers have really taken the work of our strategic plan with relation to racial identity and really accelerated that work that we know is important in the world that we live in. I just really have been proud of the work that we've done here at Peter Hobart, and I'm just privileged by the fact that I get to be a part of encouraging and just excited that I get to see this happen in the lives of the students and staff and even myself.